Shalom and welcome once again to another episode of Elders of GMS. Giving all praises to Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Today's topic is entitled, "For there are certain men crept in unawares." And the reason why we're going into this topic is because you have, if you notice, when we first got on YouTube, you had a lot of brothers come into this thing and set up camps, whether they call it whatever GMS, whatever state they're from. I mean, you've been experiencing the drama that Israel has to offer and the Spurs have to offer. You see guys fall off. You know, you see guys, there's guys that you got to kick out. You know, there's guys that you've seen years ago that want to kind of come back in, and you're going to see this type of drama. And the reason why you're going to see this type of drama, guys falling off and so forth, brothers trying to get back in, is all in the scriptures. And that's why I entitled it what I entitled it. And that's from the 4th verse of Jude, which is one chapter long. And what we're going to do is we're going to read the whole chapter. We're going to try to read as quick as we can. And then we're going to go into the precepts. All right? So this is going to be like a fast-paced show. And Lord willing, I know we're going to have a lot of scriptures. I always have a list of scriptures. But the Spirit always has us bring out other scriptures that's not even on the list. So I know we're going to have a lot of scriptures left over. So we're going to read those scriptures on the GMS in Transit show. So you can start reading from the very top.
Jude 1:1. Jude, the servant of Yahushai and brother of James, to them that are sanctified by the Most High the Father and preserved in Yahushai and called. Mercy upon you and peace and love be multiplied. Beloved, when I gave all diligence to write unto you of the common salvation, it was needful for me to write unto you and exhort you that you should earnestly contend for the faith which was once delivered unto the saints. For there are certain men crept in unawares, who were before of old ordained to this condemnation.
Yeah, just like it was back then, the same thing is happening right now. You got people that come in that might be super diligent, and all of a sudden they fall out for whatever reason, you know. So the same drama took place going back about 2,000 years ago. That's why Jude is writing this epistle. All right, go ahead.
For there are certain men crept in unawares, who were before of old ordained to this condemnation.
Who were before of old ordained to this condemnation. Just like Judas Iscariot, he was ordained to be condemned. Whether he thought he was doing the right thing or not, he was set up to be condemned. Go ahead.
Ungodly men, turning the grace of our power into lasciviousness, and denying the only true Lord power and our Lord Yahushua.
Read that again.
And denying the only Lord power and our Lord Yahushua.
Right. Part of denying the Lord is not pushing out his name. Because if the Lord chose you, called you, chose you, raised you up to be a teacher, then of course he's going to give you his name. So you can't, if you go around saying we don't know the name of the Lord and his son, then you going off straight up. Go ahead.
It says, I will therefore put you in remembrance, though you once knew this, how that the Lord, having saved the people out of the land of Egypt, afterward destroyed them that believed not. And the angels...
Those are Israelites. Read that again.
It says, I will therefore put you in remembrance, though you once knew this, how that the Lord, having saved the people out of the land of Egypt, afterward destroyed them that believed not. And the angels which kept not their first estate, but left their own habitation, he hath reserved in everlasting chains under darkness unto the judgment of the great day.
Yeah, now he said, he spoke about them leaving out of Egypt and being condemned. Let's go right to that. 1 Corinthians, the 10th chapter.
This is 1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 1. Moreover, brethren, I would not that you should be ignorant, how that all our fathers were under the cloud, and all passed through the sea, and were all baptized unto Moses in the cloud and in the sea, and did all eat the same spiritual meat, and did all drink the same spiritual drink, for they drank of that spiritual rock that followed them, and that rock was Yahushua. But with many of them the Most High was not well pleased.
Yeah, just like now, there was with many Israelites, he's not pleased with. So he's going to act on that. He's going to act on the fact that he's not pleased with these individuals. And he's going to destroy them, just like he destroyed them in the wilderness.
For they were overthrown in the wilderness. Now these things were our examples.
Look up the word overthrown. I just want to see what that says. Verse 5. 1 Corinthians, the 10th chapter, verse 5. I want to see what that word overthrow, because that's what the Lord did. He overthrew them. When one country goes against another country, the winner of that war overthrows the other country.
Okay. The Greek word there for overthrown.
Strong's G 2693. Catastronomy. Catastronomy.
It says to strew over the ground, to prostrate, slay, lay low. That's
that sounds like the word catastrophe. That's what it sounds like.
Yeah.
Read it again.
It says to strew over the ground, to prostrate, slay, to lay low.
That means to beat a person down to the ground.
Yep. That's it.
This is back in 1 Corinthians 10 and 5. But with many of them the Most High was not well pleased, for they were overthrown in the wilderness. Now these things were our examples, to the intent we should not lust after evil things as they also lusted. Neither be ye idolaters, as were some of them, as it is written, the people sat down to eat and drink and rose up to play. Neither let us commit fornication as...
And that's what the majority of our people are doing. You can't tell... Everybody watches YouTube. You can't tell me all these Israelites that watch YouTube have never stumbled across a video on any of the Hebrew Israelites, whether it be GMS, Johanna, Nate, Zabak, any of them. Because if you see one of them, let's say you run into a Zabak video, you're going to run into our video, you're going to run into Nate's video, you're going to run into Johanna's video, you're going to run into our video, you're going to run into GMS. You're going to see how we curse each other out. You know? So you can't tell me you go on YouTube, and everybody and their mama goes on YouTube. You can't tell me you haven't ran across a video dealing with the Hebrew Israelites, or the Israelites, or the black Hebrew Israelites. That's what Esau labels us. Read that again.
It says, neither be ye idolaters, as were some of them, as it is written, the people sat down to eat and drink and rose up to play. Neither let us commit fornication, as some of them committed, and fell in one day 23,000. Neither let us tempt Yahushua, as some of them also tempted, and were dismayed of serpents.
Look up the word, destroy the serpents. Look up the word tempt or tempted. Because when you leave this truth for a long period of time, in other words, you turn your back on the Lord, you're tempting the Lord.
Okay, the Greek word there for tempted.
Strong's G 3985. Pyradzo. Pyradzo.
It says to try whether a thing can be done, to attempt, endeavor, to try, make trial of, test, for the purpose of ascertaining his quantity, or what he thinks, or how he will behave himself.
In other words, you're playing with the Lord. You're basically saying, look, I'm going to go back in the world. I'm going to see if you're really going to... That's what you say. You're tempting the Lord. Mm-hmm. You know?
Yeah.
Like Jake says, and Benjamin say this too. Don't test me.
Yeah.
You know.
Yep. Yep.
Your father would say that. Don't test me.
Yeah.
Meaning, don't tempt me to whip your ass.